You're probably wondering, why am I wearing a pantsuit? Because here at ABC 12, we mean business, just like MSU head coach Mark D'Antonio. Jack Morris's number is officially off limits in Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know the definition of a trap game, it's the Michigan Wolverines taking on Northwestern in Evanston. And how old did you say you were?
73.
She's 73. I'm 22, yet I will never be able to accomplish what Dorothy has accomplished.
If you can tell, my eyes are watering. There's so much steam because we are cooking today.
Coach, you guys are coming off a state championship run. Seems like every team is gunning for you guys. How does your team handle the pressure? Ryan, the Big Ten tournament never fails to bring surprises, and maybe the biggest example of that was Michigan State's Foster Lawyer. The freshman came off the bench and went 4 for 5 from three-point range. Matt McQuaid was the first Spartan to go up and cut down the net, but before he took one for himself, he climbed up the ladder, snipped off a piece, and said, "This one is for Arns."
This is the Michigan team that fans have been waiting for all summer.
Right now, Cassius Winston and Matt McQuaid already took the floor to get some shots up because they know this isn't just your typical rivalry game. Like you said, a lot is at stake. Michigan and Michigan State are well-versed in each other's games. In fact, this is going to be the third matchup in just 21 days. We have a three-way tie for first place, but the real story of the day, the comeback kids.
I may need to start paying taxes in Harbor Beach if the Pirates keep playing the way that they are.
I had her demonstrate and bench press me, which she did with ease.
Press. One more.
It's been 9 years since the last professional golf tournament in mid-Michigan, and the wait is almost over, guys. Just 3 more weeks. The PGA Champions Tour is making a stop here at Warwick Hills for the Ally Challenge, and the overall feeling about it, it's about time.
It's always good to come back to a place you've been a lot of times over the years, and forever we came here. I didn't miss many, just a couple for injury, I'd say. That's about it. Yeah, you don't miss here. We like the older school courses. We like new ones too, but courses like this you love coming back to. It's just, you know what you're going to get, and I saw it already this morning. It's really good. You got to put the ball in the fairway, then you can play it. Some of these greens are interesting. There's some interesting pins out there, so you got to be playing from the fairway here.
The AP Top 25 poll for college football was released today, and I bet you can't guess who is number 1. Okay, maybe you can. It's Alabama for the 3rd straight year, followed by Clemson and Georgia. And shout out to my Miami Hurricanes, by the way, coming in at number 8. Mark Richt, I see you. We're trusting you. Michigan and Michigan State both make the top 15. The Spartans at 11 and UM at 14. The Big Ten has 5 teams ranked, including Wisconsin at 4, Ohio State at 5, and Penn State at 10. The SEC has 5 schools represented, followed by the Big 12 and the Pac-12 with 4. Speaking of football, Michigan, we have a quarterback. It was announced today that Ole Miss transfer Shea Patterson will start under center game 1 at Notre Dame. This comes after weeks of speculation. Patterson had to beat out Brandon Peters, Dylan McCaffrey, and Joe Milton for the starting gig. Patterson played in 7 games last season for the Rebels, throwing for 17 TDs and only 9 picks. Impressive. Michigan playing in an elimination game at the Little League World Series. Could they survive and advance? Top of the first, wild pitch by Brennan Hill gets past the catcher. Iowa takes advantage, 2 runs scored. Iowa would lead the game 4-0 by the 3rd inning. But don't call it a comeback. Or do, because it was. Preston Barr chops one to right field. Ryan Knable scores. And guys, we have a tie game that sets up this. Reggie Sharp walk it off. Michigan comes all the way back from down 4-0 to win the game 5-4, and they advance to play the winner of Georgia and Texas. And we will be back after the break. If you're like me and your March Madness bracket is completely out the window, don't worry, a distraction is coming. The MLB season is just 2 days away. The Tigers will open up the year in Toronto, but before heading back up north, they had one more spring training game in Florida. Tigers and Rays playing this game at Tropicana Field in Tampa Bay. We'll start top of the 4th. John Hicks hits it deep to right field. He's thrown out at 3rd, but Cody Eves scores on the play. Then we go bottom of the 4th. Michael Perez hits a bomb to center field. fans couldn't even catch it. A 2-run homer for Tampa Bay. And then the same inning, Carl Chester, the Miami Hurricane, it's all about the U, sends it to left field, a solo home run to put the Rays up 7-1. Top of the 5th, Brock Dieterich hits a beauty to center field. Daniel Woodrow scores, but Tampa Bay had too much firepower this game. Rays go on to win 9-3 in the last spring training game of the year. Reminder, just 2 days until opening day of the regular season. Here's a story of a man named Brady who was living, no, I'm just kidding, but there is a new Brady in town. Ryan Brady was announced yesterday as the head football coach at SVSU. Brady was recently a co-defensive coordinator at Ferris State. He's a Chesaning native and says he's ready to get to work with his new team.
My vision and motto for the football program will be that we earn it. And earn it means for us to achieve together as one. The coaches and players will work together in pursuit of all of our goals to earn each and every one of them. The term earn it is broken down into 4 core values. And those values are effort, attitude, respect, and never give up.
Coming up at 6, I'll show you if the Red Wings could get a win in San Jose. JR, I know you like that Brady Bunch shout out.
Absolutely.
It was in this dugout that Connor Foley played his last collegiate season of baseball here at Northwood University. But after graduation, Connor wasn't entirely ready to give up being a team player. Instead, this is Connor's new diamond, and these are his new teammates.
Meet Luke and Parker Bischel, the sons of Northwood head baseball coach Jordan Bischel and his wife Katie. Foley built a relationship with the family of 4 after he was offered a spot on the Northwood baseball team.
They've absolutely changed my life. I mean, they took a kid that got cut from a school and they said, hey, well, you can play on our team.
Connor was previously at SVSU studying early childhood education. After transferring to Northwood, he switched to accounting, but his heart was always with the kids. And the Bischels were well aware of Connor's true love, especially when the news broke that the family of 2 was about to become 4.
Actually, the day I first met him, when he came to say hi to me, he was babysitting. He brought a kid with him. So I knew about it, but I didn't know quite this level of passion until I got to know him for a little while.
He's like, hey, Connor, I'm having twins, and I know that you have experience in it, so you can either be your assistant coach or you can watch my kids. And no brainer. I said, I want to watch the kids.
It's really cool to just know they're in great hands. They're happy. They're well kept. He's not afraid to tell us if they bump ahead or have something happen. I mean, he's all over it.
Connor hopes to one day open up a daycare center at his home.
There's plenty of children out there that are boys, and I think that they could thrive in a daycare that has a male in it because it's not out there.
Foley says being the self-proclaimed Manny never feels like a job.
I've always heard, if you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. So I haven't worked a day since about last year.
In Midland, Jolie Starr, ABC 12 Sports. Goodrich senior Abigail Joseph has accomplished many feats while in high school. She is a 4-year varsity softball player and committed to play at Michigan State.
I had several other offers, but when the state offer came in, I was like, yes. Yes, please.
She's one of the greatest players we've ever seen come through Goodrich, and she doesn't brag about it, she doesn't act like it, and she builds up the rest of her teammates.
But softball isn't Abigail's only sport. For 3 years, Abigail has been a part of the Goodrich powerlifting team. In 2017, Abigail broke the state bench press record twice, and in 2018, she set her eyes on a new goal, a national championship in powerlifting. And on Saturday, March 24th, Abigail had the chance to make those dreams come true.
Right before she left, I said, if you lift this, you're going to be the national, got chalk in my eyes already, you're going to be the national champ.
It all came down to literally the last deadlift, and I got it up and she didn't. And once I got it and I saw the lights, 2 white lights, and I started crying. I fell and I started crying. And then I got up and hugged my coach. I'll never forget it.
Abigail took first place in the USA powerlifting competition in the varsity 72-kilo weight class. She squatted 275 pounds, benched 165 pounds, and deadlift 352 pounds. Just to show you all how strong Abigail is, I had her demonstrate and bench press me, which she did with ease.
Press. One more.
Abigail has accomplished so much during her time at Goodrich, and after this softball season, she'll be ready for her next challenge.
Once you're done, you're done. You know, it's over with. But then you move on to the next chapter, which is going to be hopefully even better. Can only get better.
At Goodrich High School, Jolie Starr, ABC 12 Sports. Caitlin Shields to a bow and arrow is like a baseball player to a glove. They just go together.
It would start at age 11. That's just when I started loving it. And so I just shot all the time, and it just became a love for me.
As soon as she was old enough, she pretty much had a bow in her hand and was practicing and following me around the woods.
What started as a love turned into a full-on talent. Shields shoots in competitions all over the country as a member of the Junior Olympic Archery Development Team. At the national tournament in February, Shields finished top 5 in the women's freestyle round.
So that's definitely all of my hard work. You know, I practiced so hard. And so placing top 5 definitely was an accomplishment for me, and I was very proud.
And the accolades don't stop there. Last weekend, the Swan Valley senior took home first place in the state tournament, posting a perfect score of 300.
She's not even near her prime yet. She's getting there. She's got a lot more years to go on this. And there's no doubt in my mind she'll be probably one of the top pros if she stays hard at it in the next probably 5 years.
Shields shot herself to a scholarship at the University of the Cumberlands in Kentucky, where she'll be a part of their archery team. Just to see how difficult it is to get a bullseye, I decided to give archery a shot.
At least it was on the board.
I came close, but to get on Caitlin's level, I may need some more practice. Reporting for ABC 12 Sports, I'm Jolie Starr.